know I can change your life. First class, alright. Put you on a one-way flight. I can get you away tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright. Put you on a one-way flight. I can get you away tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright. Put you on a one-way flight. I can get you away tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright. Put you on a one-way flight. I can get you away tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright.
Good morning all. Yes sir, hope everyone is well, hope everyone is good. Happy Tuesday. Hope you all had good weekend. Yesterday if you traded, hope you didn't get cooked. And let's have a look what's going on today. Start off here on the calendar, actually pretty clean week overall. Don't really have too much here, a little bit of FOMC meeting minutes later on tomorrow night. Otherwise, unemployment claims, basic stuff. Bit of GBP news, Euro news as well. For us trading DAX. There's nothing really NZD, nothing we really trade here. Today we have claim and count change, which is the equivalent of kind of unemployment. So that's going to come out in about 8 minutes. So that will affect GBP. So if you're in GBP, do have a look. But they don't really move too crazy these days, huh? Back in the day, back in like 2023, when we see this type of move, this type of news, sorry, the move we normally get was like at least 50 to 100 pips back on GJ, how it was back in that time. Let me have a quick flick through Reddit, see if there's anything interesting. This might be interesting. I haven't read this, but let's have a look. I don't know. This title attracted me. The paradox no one talks about in trading. Your entire life, you're being smart, avoiding mistakes, and it's what got you ahead. School, career, whatever. That's just how things work. So you come into trading with the same approach. Learn the setup, study hard, avoid losses, be correct. Makes sense, right? But here's what I've noticed. That exact mindset is what trips people. Trading isn't like other things. You can't just avoid losses by being smarter or more careful. They're going to happen no matter what. And the weird part is, the harder you try to be perfect, the messier it gets. You start hesitating on good setups, or you hold on to losses too long because you can't accept being wrong. Or you revenge trade trying to prove something. I've watched people who crush it in their careers just completely struggle with this. Smart, disciplined people. And it makes sense. When you think about it. Everything they've done with their whole life taught them one way of operating, and trading requires the opposite. The ones who actually do well, they're weirdly okay to be with being wrong. They treat losses like another data point. They're not trying to nail every single trade. They just stay consistent over a bunch of them. Kind of strange how different it is from everything else. It's pretty good. And I agree with it, man. I agree with it totally. And this is what I kind of like to preach as well, right? And I always say, if you're a professional in your career and you come to trading, you have this ego. You have this ego because you're good at something else, but when you come to trading, you are nobody. And I've seen people who are very good at what they do and come into trading and get so frustrated in trading because they can't be right, and they hate being wrong, and they know how life works to get good at something, but they're not getting good at trading. So I've seen many cases of this, and this is, I would say, this is a very good point, right? You know, this is a very good point. You can't just avoid being losses by being smarter or more careful. They're going to happen no matter what, right? And this is, bro, Reddit is full of AI generated, regurgitated posts. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Who cares? If this is AI generated, no one cares because it's facts. It's facts, you know? So it doesn't really matter because it's true, right? It's true. I've seen in essence here, right? This is very true. Losses are going to happen no matter what. And look at the reaction if I take a loss. It's like alien to people. Losses are alien to people, right? You see everyone all gets upset, emotional, but they're bound to happen. And this is the weird part is the harder you try to be perfect, the messier it gets. This is something I actually found. When I try to investigate things too much and be too perfect about it, it does get messy, and that causes negative things in my personal trading. So there is truth to it, right? There is truth to it. So let's have a look here at the chart. Start off weekly time frame. Closing bullish here. We've just tested around weekly support here. Can actually bring this weekly support back in. See what we're doing at that. WS. Daily time frame here, closing bearish from yesterday. We just rejected a 4-hour right now. 4-hour time frame also closing bearish, but at 4-hour support. So we're bouncing here potentially to go test a little bit higher into maybe one of these resistances here. We have a previous 1 hour, we're just right at here, which is about 15,800. We have a wick crossing it though, so not as important as the one above it. We can leave it on just to see what happens there, but it didn't tap it. I would expect it to tap it around there. Maybe it matches on 15, or 15 is slightly lower. And that's what we're tapping. Yeah, you can see 15 slightly lower. So that's the one. It's more important, right? You know, that's what's more important, is to have a look at, you know, what we're reacting at, right? So we could mark up so many lines and expect them to have a reaction, but when the market is showing you where it's reacting from, that's the one you should take, because that's the one it's showing you reaction, right? Everything else is, it could do. So yeah, we're bouncing here at the moment. We do have bearish bias here. We have tapped a target of 4-hour support. Counter bias trades, they may be possible above 15 as counter bias to play a bounce. This is a very aggressive move towards the downside we saw here. Literally 5-minute time frame didn't even give breathers. So it's very possible that we see those type of pullbacks that lead into a further bounce before we make a lower high and try to continue lower. I've said in the weekly analysis with the guys in the group that this is a range that we're just going to be playing in. And until a daily candle closes below here, then we can start to think about this coming down towards here. And then we can start to extend targets further. But at the moment, we're just playing within this range. And the bottom of the range for me right now is going to be about that 772. So it's not going to be crazy if we make our way slowly towards the bottom of the range. Whether we bounce in between, there's a similar pattern repeating where we have some form of consolidation, pullback, bounce, some form of consolidation, pullback, potential bounce, some form of consolidation, pullback, until we maybe reach here. That is totally possible to see that what's happening right now. Or this can go a bit deeper right now. This can flip and we can find our way here before the pullback. Like, those are all possible and plausible scenarios that can happen inside of this range here. If we're looking at 1 hour, we have not really tapped any major 1 hour targets. Really, we should be gunning down towards here, towards that 840 level there. So we can see if price wants to make a lower high to continue down, we'll bring back drawings and then see how to tackle that. So right now we're being guarded by this level here, which is 13 level plus the 15 key level as well. Price is struggling to get above that. So we're going to see how it reacts at that. We don't really have any 15 structure, so this 15 closing bearish is not a bad idea. We will have the first 1 hour candle closing bullish here, which will be somewhat important, but notice this type of pattern here. It could repeat itself there, right? So how we get, but remember 1 hour did show us a resistance for before continuing down. So we did get, we did actually get, you know, a resistance form. So yeah, let's see what ends up happening on gold here, but I will consider potentially some bounce plays because of the range we have to play with. Like, even if we're going back to retest, the 1 hour support is 200 pip range. So we could consider some bounce plays. A quick look at DAX here while we're at it. DAX daily time frame closing bearish still from the top of the range here. Weekly closing bullish. And we're seeing the 4 hour candle follow through with that. Now, DAX has a big open range towards the downside. We haven't had any 4 hour structure, but if it does want to start to make its way down, we do have the possibility to do that. 1 hour just did close bullish back inside of this range, creating fresh new 1 hour support down here. It's kind of looking like gold, to be honest. I think markets are going to look very similar between each other, where gold as well, 1 hour just closed bullish, and we have, you know, us being guarded by this level here. Let's see how that looks on a 5. So we can mark this on a 5. This is the levels being guarded. So potential counter trend above there also possible, right? So market may want to play a counter trend bounce. If it moves aggressively, it will be more likely setting up for sells. Sells below the previous 4 hour can make sense as well. Just depends how deep it closes and if we have range. We don't have the same ranges of gold. Candle's a little bit smaller. This is only 14-point range. If we're moving on to something like NASDAQ here, have a look at NASDAQ. Again, similar scenario. 1 hour candle will be closing bullish. breaking structure as well. Weekly time frame closing bearish here, moving down. No structure breaks on weekly except for this major structure, but that was from last week. Daily time frame here, again, no structure breaks, but has confirmed a lower high here, but no lower low, so we could end up just forming a range. With the news that all came out last week, it is neutral for stock. It's not bearish for stock market, it is neutral, but it's a bit of a buy the rumor, sell the news type event here. We're getting a bit of that continuation early on in the week here. We're looking at 4-hour time frames, also closing bearish, so full bearish session here. We are coming towards the bottom of the range here, so kind of finishing out that range that we have for continuation. If we start to mark a little bit more levels, we can drag this down here. We don't need a line all the way out there. We can mark this 1 hour support so we know what that is. Below the range we have now is going to be an immediate target. If not, we can extend. Let's see how we're looking there. 30-minute is the same, and 15-minute is the same as well. So nice that they all line up here. Right now we have a 15 support right here. This could be a potential sell zone. Below here, if we want to work smarter, not harder, and try to catch from here down. Problem is, do we want to play the bounce? Why? Because we have 1 hour break of structure here, right? It's not the biggest structure, but it is a 1 hour strong engulfing bullish candle. So it doesn't necessarily mean that price is going to spike towards the upside, but as I've been analyzing all the pairs here, we've been talking about what? We've been talking about the potential bounce that can happen. So if we see, and sometimes NASDAQ likes to move opposite of gold, so if we start to see gold continue to move down maybe, or they're going to move together, we don't know today. Right now they're moving together. If you look kind of 1 hour close strong bullish, next one is opened moving bearish. NASDAQ is doing pretty much the exact same, right? It's actually almost copy paste. If you hit the candles before, it would be the exact same candle almost, right? So it's a bit scary when all markets are moving together, because if you're wrong, you're going to be wrong everywhere. And also on top of that, that means that there's one large group of players controlling price right now. That's what it means. Because how do we know that? We know that because we can see the same move across all assets. So there's not different people providing liquidity or trading. It's the same group here. So when there's that much control in the market, then they can do whatever they want, right? Nasty liquidity grabs will happen everywhere. Won't happen on one pair if they're the ones who's going to pull the liquidity. So let's see how we form. That's going to be basically the plan here. Going to be cautious about selling too early because of that 1 hour and also 15-minute break of structure. Ideally, it did not break structure there. Ideally, we close below. Would make sells a lot easier. And I would prefer to be trading off 15s. This range is a bit small. It's a bit small. It's not too bad, but you know, it is giving us not the easiest. I'd love to see a 5 close above. Next one close bullish. Next one close bearish. That would be something with more confirmation right now. Instead of this making a higher low. Because it could do something nasty like that. Boom. Especially on NASDAQ. So we want to be careful, but we're going to keep an eye on this because that is a setup. It is a setup. It's just, if we're going to be wrong, we're going to be wrong, right? It's going to choose to bounce from here. How can we expect a bounce? Well, there's been signs of prices ready to bounce, and that signs has been constant rejection. We have shown a lot of rejection coming into the market, meaning every time price goes lower, buyers are getting involved, right? Which is not really what we want to see. Right, last time we had multiple rejections, not one rejection. That's just a buyer come in. But we have multiple rejections. You can see that led into what? To a bounce first. Doesn't mean it changes trend, but led into a bigger bounce before the sell-off. Right now we have the similar amount of rejections. So I do worry that there may want to be some form of a bounce. You know? Multiple rejections, reversal. Multiple rejections, bigger reversal. Please, how do we know Asian high and Asian low on 30 minutes time frame? You just take the resistance and support before the 4 hour close. Right? So before the London 4-hour candle, right? So for me, my time, that's 10 a.m. There's also a video on WAP about that. So check out the video on WAP if you want more in depth of how to use it as well. Harry, it's supposed to be the Lunar Year holiday in Asia today, but the Asia session still moves heavily. Have you've been in this at this game long enough? Do holidays really matter for market movement? It depends. Bank holidays matter. I've seen in my personal data that US bank holidays seem to bring inconsistency, not volume, inconsistency. When the whole market is on a holiday, like we have GBP bank holiday, USD bank holiday, then I do notice sometimes the market just ranges. But those type of holidays, no, you still have people active in the market. And yeah, it doesn't always mean no volume. Hello, Harry. May you please calculate risk on Top Step for the 50K account risking 1%? You won't always be able to risk 1% exactly because contract size, you'll get very close to it. You need to use a futures contract calculator. My question to you is, I've seen you here in stream quite a lot, man. And you said you've not been profitable for a while. A few messages ago, you have been asking what is DAX called on Top Step. So my question to you is, have you bought Top Step? This is my question to you. And we're going to depict this reverse psychology and see a common mistake I see people make. So let me ask you this. Have you bought a Top Step account? Because then we can help you. Yes, I just bought Top Step. All right, there you go. So I see this mistake a lot, man. You've said you haven't been profitable for like 4 years. And then you go and buy a Top Step account without making a change. So you're happy to spend $89 to buy a Top Step account, but you don't want to pay $1 towards helping your education. Not with me. Could pay it for softwares to help you learn that. Or you could pay and get into somewhere for a month. It's like this. It's like I see a lot of people say, hey, I want to get a payout and then I will join your group to get more information. That's the equivalent of saying, I'm honest, guys. This is me being honest. It's the equivalent of saying, let me play one game in the NBA and then I'll get a basketball coach. I think that should work. Like, it just doesn't work, guys. Like, trust me, this works off common sense. So you've spent $89, but you don't know that DAX is not an available pair on them because DAX futures is not supported by CME, and you don't know how to calculate 1% risk. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, why spend $89 when you're almost guaranteed to lose that 100% sure, when you can spend it and actually get something out of it, get a bigger return? Like, you guys have to, I'm sorry, but you guys have to make that change, especially with legit people, you know, especially with people who actually want to help you. Like, I'm not saying that to shill my stuff, but it's because it's actually what's going to help you. Like, you guys have the money, but you're just putting it in the wrong place. Like, I'm trying to save you money. Because right now, if you go spend $89, you're very high chance you're going to lose that. Very high chance you're going to lose that. But you can pay for 30 days of intense education for cheaper than that price. Like, no one does that in the industry anymore. So you have to fix your mindset and say, I'm going to use that information to make sure the next amount of money I invest is going to actually make me progress. Not just tell me and prove to me that I'm already bad at what I do. You know? So super important, man. I really, you said 4 years you're not profitable and still you go and buy an account before getting information. It's not going to get you anywhere. All right, 5-minute close below here, but I don't know if I want to just rip it on a 5, if I'm being honest, guys. I really rather take it on a 15 here. More confirmation, 3 minutes 52. How can I join your group? Just from the link. I'll send it to you. You know, people ask how to join the group, they don't take action. Trust me, they don't take action. I used to use MT5. Yeah, but this is the point, is that even if you've used MT5, were you profitable on MT5? Let me ask you that, right? And if you were, then you should know the answers to these questions. I was a losing break-even trader for years. I spent 1 full year in the group and I'm trading profitably now. It's worth to join, invest in yourself. Yeah, I think investing in yourself, even just to get your mindset in the right spot, will help. Like, especially if it's someone who's actually going to help you, not like some sort of you know, bullshit program. Like, there's a lot of bullshit out there. I will agree with that. So I know why you guys are skeptical, but for, you know, people are not due to my financial situation, you know, things in Africa is hard. I just saved money for 2 months, bro. I used public Wi-Fi to trade. It was the right choice. Thanks for the advice. Again, if situations are hard, the last thing you should be doing is making them harder by putting yourself in a challenging spot without getting better. Because it wasn't hard to then do what? Like in your situation, it wasn't hard to pay a prop firm now money that you have to now do what to pass. Like, there has to be a methodology to pass. You see what I mean? Like, I want you guys to pass. That's what people don't understand. It's super frustrating for me, man. Like, that's what people really need to understand, is that I want people to pass, but I know what it takes to pass. And trust me, buying the account is nothing. Buying the account doesn't help you in anything to pass. Do what I did, be losing trader. I just decided this month. Oops, someone sent me something. This I paid for months to improve, for 5 months to improve my trading. Yeah, that's a smart idea. You know, and you're not gonna be a VA and losing trader as long as you put in the work yourself as well. You know. First time using Tradeovate. Is there any inactivity rule on Top Step? I think they just charge you $50 a month. I'm not sure. I think, yeah, there is an inactivity rule for. Alright, so we're getting this candle to close here. A thunderstorm would be nice, would give us stop loss placement. This stop above here, 42 points, is massive. Don't think we want to run 42 point stop loss, 34 here. But we need to close below. We're not closing below just yet. Let's see. 5-minute candle closes in about 18 seconds here. I think stop loss above here we could get away with 23 points. See if we can get a good top wick here. Top wick needs to retest something if we're going to run aggressive stop loss. Otherwise, we have to wait for structure. That's something I notice on NASDAQ. If top wick doesn't test something, you have to wait for structure. If you're running aggressive stop loss. Why? Because NASDAQ loves to do liquidity grabs. With this 15-minute stop loss here, you can get away with it. Yeah, no problem. But 35 points... You know, I don't think I want to push that. You see how it just broke the low and now already you're in drawdown if you were to take it. But now if we go and retest something, it's just something I noticed. Remember, we are trading a very small range here, only about 12 points. So we want to optimize stop loss as much as possible, as well as not get faked out, right? We don't want to lose, well, I don't want to lose money. I don't know about you guys. If you want a FOMO trade, because if I took this right now, I would be almost halfway to stop loss, which is not fun. I do not enjoy being almost halfway to stop loss. I just joined Harry's group, bro. Seriously, skilled in price action. I lost a lot of time studying ICT and I see the light with Harry's mentorship. No, I appreciate that, man. Look forward to having you in the group. Let's get it, man. With your strategy, how long can you hold a trade? 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour? As much as you need, man. As much as you need. Like, don't worry about holding a trade. Like, just allow it to play out. If it takes an hour, it takes an hour. I mean, it's fine. My strategy, normally, I'm trading in higher volume times, so it doesn't take an hour. But it could if it wanted to. I'm not going to be worried about it. Depends on the stop, though. Like, aggressive stop, if it's taking an hour, it's going to be in a emotional trade. So this is what I talked about, right? Classic. Come back wanting to go grab liquidity, but now we're testing something. So now it's like a 50-50. Either it's gonna go up higher, catch everybody out, or we're gonna reject it, and this is the retest, and then our entry can come in here without any headache. Problem is 5-minute will close engulfing in the range, not good for us. We want like maybe another 5-minute closing below. Let's just keep an eye on gold here as well. This is pretty nice here as well. Rejection candle. Setup 5 here as well. Oh, I actually like gold a lot more here. Gold is like a classic setup 2 at the moment. We have this break of structure as well. If we run the 15-minute stop, what is it? 89 pips. The bigger the top wick, we could probably run a stop even just above here. 60 pips. Yeah, I'm probably gonna try gold here. I do like gold. We have bigger range. Makes sense for me. For now, we're gonna have slightly bigger stop, but let's see how this forms. I might be able to use the smaller stop. How did the 5 close? Doji? Yeah, it's not bad. Does Top Step have a 2 micro restriction on 50k? Yeah. How much would 1 micro be risk? Nothing, huh? 80 bucks. Right? 100-ish, yeah. Not very useful. Well, if it loses, you won't lose much then. You could use this trade to make the 150 so you can reach your days, you know? Yeah, that's pushing a bit bullish now here. I don't like the way we're pushing bullish. I'm gonna delete this sell stop here. Too bullish, stop loss getting too big, so not triggered yet, which is obviously why we wait for break of lows, but not really the side we want to be on. It's moving a bit more bullish for now, but you know, we waited. Now, if this 7 minutes, we can actually think about counter trend. Let's see how NASDAQ has been doing, if NASDAQ's bouncing as well. NASDAQ stalling a little bit, not bad. 5-minute candle did close back in the range. This 5-minute can give us options in about 2 minutes, especially if we close bearish here. We will also have 5-minute structure to have a stop loss placement. Do you see that? I don't like when I see that. Full buyers come into play. So waiting for the 5 year is going to be mandatory. SL hit. Bro, how you hit SL, bro? There's no entry. Unless you're FOMOing. I mean, we were super far. I'm going to stop putting the position on the screen because I feel like people fucking see the position and then they just rip it. Like, we were like super far from it coming to like 18 pips, bro. Like, come on, man.
Hello? I think they probably took gold. They just like market sold and then boom.
I know, right? Oh, to others who took sells, you saw from the viewers? Okay, okay, never mind, never mind. Ooh. This might be interesting, actually. Nice rejection. That could be actually a very nice spot here. That's the liquidity grab. Quite nice liquidity grab here, man. I'm considering retaking it if it does want to flip, but 5 minutes for the 15 to close, which will also be the 30-minute close. Those together will be great. So part of me is like, should we wait for the 30-minute close? Let's see how it forms. To be honest, I think it's pretty safe to just keep a sell stop. Gold rejections into both directions though? Yeah, it's not making up its mind. We have 15-minute close in about 3 minutes, so it will be interesting to see how this closes. Do you use any indicators? No, I don't.
So sexy close.
How many years experience do you have? 6 years. Harry, do you work out or do you do meditation outside of trading? You think that enhances trading performance? Indeed, I do. I think workout, meditation, yeah, it can, but I don't think people can meditate properly, unfortunately. So you have to learn how to meditate, but same way you have to learn how to work out. But I think working out is great. Physical benefit, mental benefit, all together. Freaky guy in the call, bro. He's always like that. It's funny. Yeah, Naz is also trying to set up here. Both are setting up. We have Naz setting up and Gold setting up. Both. Honestly, they should move together, right? That's what we've been seeing. So if Naz works out, Gold should work out. There has been a day though. Who remembers the day when the market has been like this before and I've picked the one that's ranging? There has been that. So who will I pick today? Let's see how it closes though. We need 15 to close weaker so we can get like a setup 3 and we can get a strong 30-minute candle close. It's not really the best 30-minute candle close. Wasn't that UJ? Yeah, that was one of the days I remember that. UJ was definitely one of them, but I've had it before.
I think Nas is gone. Well, it's about to leave.
We have a small range anyways. I have it on my other monitor. It's like already a very, very small range, so it's to begin with it was already a tough trade. I don't know how you enter this, to be honest. I mean, you could still keep the same sell stop here at the low. Maybe that's the way impulsively. Problem is this, you have to then put your stop. I don't know where you put your stop. And then what, you go break even on this candle close now or what? That's the problem. That's the decision. Oh, I quite like the rejection here. Let's let the new 15 open, make a top wick. Can take it maybe based on 30-minute. Can keep stops above here. See what that looks like. Yeah. Isn't the bottom wick a bit long for the 30-minute? Yeah, but you're never going to get perfect conditions, right? Because we're rejecting downside, we're also rejecting upside. We're also now closing a weak 15-minute candle. It didn't end up closing strong, didn't break structure. 5-minute candle is closing bearish. So if this wants to go down, if it wants to go up, it has to respect structure, right? If it wants to go down, it will probably break the lows and maybe try some downside. So I have a top wick here. I'm going to re-enter my sell stop here. Then we see what happens. Just have to watch this 900 level as well, huh? Have the order like this, we'll see when it gets triggered. pretty close. Where will SL go? Where I've decided to put it here. So yeah, it's important having tight spreads. You can see here, my spreads are very good today on Vantage, luckily, and they're not slipping me, right? You see, they didn't slip me, they respected it. So keeping it clean and protecting me from getting triggered in the position. Still gonna keep the order though. If we break the high here, obviously I'll have to adjust stop loss, right? If we break the high, stop loss will change. So we'll see how much we break the high by, and if it still makes sense to do so, right? So very close though, very close. We can see. If you guys have slippage with your brokerage, you need to give it gap, right? Especially on a sell order, it's very hard to have slippage because you have a bid and ask line. You see these two lines here? These are my bid and ask. On a sell position, on a buy position, it will trigger me at the top, but sell position, you have very tight bid and ask, right? This is extremely tight, right? I'm running like a 0.9 pip spread, which is, you know, still spread. But on a sell order, if the broker is going to respect the way that orders work, when you trigger a sell order, it should not consider spread. So in a buy order, I will move my order higher. This order here I would move it a pip above. So it's not that much. You can see the gap that the lines have. So I'd move it like a tiny cap above. Kind of, you see where my stop loss order is? So even though my stop loss is meant to be above the 5-minute high, you can see the gap that there is in my stop loss. Why? Because of accounting spread. Because if price came up here and tapped it, because it's a buy order for the stop loss here. Whereas for the sell order, I'm running it very tight here. And if you're trading on a good broker, right? If you're trading on a good broker, they should respect that. If they slip you and you get triggered and this is the gap and you can visually see the gap, that's not nice. I don't like those conditions. But this is me showing you how to account for spreads, then you avoid this if it's what's trading in front of you. So 5-minute close bullish here, still not triggered in the order. We will keep the order open for now until proven a little bit otherwise. So let's see. I'm still happy to keep the order for now. And we'll see if we get triggered. I'm calling you out. Don't ignore questions. Brother, I'm trying to concentrate in a trade here. Be grateful that I'm doing this live in front of you. So if I'm busy and I'm trading, respect that. Allow me to trade because I do this for income. And if your question doesn't get answered, maybe look into repasting the question. That might be a good start. It triggered on futures? Yeah, futures is a different chart though. There's going to be discrepancies. Sometimes it can trigger on futures or not. It's just how it works, right? So sometimes I would have been triggered on Forex. You guys will be safe on futures. It's just you will have that inconsistency, but over time it balances itself out, right? That's the unfortunate thing. Do you think now the 5-minute close below was unnecessary, more high time frame base? Yeah, because we have the 30-minute candle close as well. Without the 30, yeah, we probably want maybe to get a 5 close below. But with the 30, you're okay if it was to break the low cleanly. I actually want to see on futures how it looked. I barely broke the low on futures. Yeah. But still, I mean, if you had your sell stop right there tight, it would trigger, I guess. Also, keep this in mind on futures. I'll teach you guys something on futures. You see the gaps we have in candles on futures? So it broke the low on futures, but that could also be because the candle gapped here. Because imagine the candle actually opened where it was. Then you move this candle slightly up and actually it wouldn't have broken the lows, if that kind of makes sense, right? You see? So there is some truth to that as well. So that could be one of the reasons there's those discrepancy. Yeah, I think SL too big now. I'm going to delete the pending order. And we might be able to switch back into that counter bias buys above 15. So we have to see if we get above 15. If we get above 15, we can look at counter bias buys. Or it might just blast like that. Hello bro, I want to join your group. I'm from Mexico. Can you tell us what you do on your group? Yeah man, the best thing to do is to watch this video. There's an unmute. It's going to tell you everything. There's a lot of features here in the group. You trade London, NY sessions. We have daily as well. So we only stream London here. It's basically if you actually want to progress, man. If you want to progress, if you're looking to pass and get a payout, we have a full system in place there. We actually just added that section there for you guys on how to actually trade funded properly, get payouts and all of that stuff. Yeah, this section here. We just added this section. Prop firm trading. Intro to prop, 16 minutes, 17 minutes on how to pass a prop firm challenge, how to secure a payout, and how to scale. 29 minutes on how to scale. So that's what's in there. Plus you are actually getting to learn from me, feedback, stuff like that. I mean, look at if there's detail that needs to be made, I do give detail about feedback on how to improve your trades. So that's what's in there, bro. Yeah, massive bounce on gold there. We should, since the markets are moving together, everything should be bouncing here. DAX, NASDAQ, you see? That's a scary thing though, guys. When everything's moving together means there's one player controlling this. Not one player, but all together. I think it's only lessons. No, it's not only lessons. We have live trading in the group as well. We all trade together. 2 sessions a day. London, New York. We also trade Asian session as well, right? You can see the Asian session. So there is Asian session trading. Guys were taking some sells. Cooking an Asian session. Alberto, nasty trade here. Yeah, that's nasty. So 3 sessions, man. 3 sessions we're trading. So no matter what time zone you're in, unless you can't trade any one of the 3 sessions.
Steve, how was Mentorship this morning?
How's what?
How was my entry? You just check the picture I shared in the.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's good, man. Setup 1. Clean. Asian session is different, man. Super easy. You had this wick to fill here. Can break even here. It's nice. 5-minute structure should be there. Yeah. Without 5-minute structure, you don't want to take it, but yeah, it's a nice, you know, good volume. You see that? Sheesh, 300 pip move after that.
Now 0.5 to go break even. I recover
Nice,
all
man.
the.
That's good. Alright, let's see what happens here. We started to get this bullish candle here. So what we could look for is a simple retest to continue. Might be clean and simple before we tap this 4-hour daily support. Otherwise, we take buys above there. If we're looking at NASDAQ trying to bounce through here as well. Again, NASDAQ will be similar idea if we can create some sort of structure. Very hard to send NASDAQ at the highs here like this without having a tighter stop loss. What's this? 46 points is too much. Let's check what DAX is doing here. DAX rejected that high. So maybe DAX is front running. So maybe we see now NASDAQ start to reject as well. It's possible. Yeah, it's just flipped bearish now, which is nice because we know if we get above here, could be maybe a buy opportunity. Why is bias a buy? It's a counter trend. Counter bias, sorry, not counter trend. NAS buys income, it's possible, right? But we need that structure there. No point of running stop below all the way here. It's not going to help. Plus, I doubt we close above. 30 seconds, we can see. Gold definitely close above, but again, don't be the guy. I mean, you could be the guy who just sends it 140 pips and expect today to be an absolute monster rally. Like, sometimes you get away with that, but I just don't see it too much. No thunderstorm as well to take an aggressive entry. What do you suggest to pay 1 month on backtesting software or 1 month private group before buying challenge? You're going to get more out of the private group than backtesting because if you don't know what you're backtesting, there's no point. You know? Plus in the group, we do backtesting sessions, so you can do it with us. Also, in the group, we're going to have free 2 weeks on Pip Labs anyway. So if you're part of the group, you get to use it. Only for 2 weeks though, but it's better than nothing. Just try to offer any incentives we can. Don't you think gold is bullish on 4 hours to target Asian high? Yeah, we'll see this retest right now. That would be a way in. Not retest, but this 5 structure, right? This would be a potential way in. If not, then we can try to scalp if we get a 5-minute candle closing above 4-hour daily support. Because it could come to 4-hour daily support and that's it, game over. Like, we're done. That's the retest and we start continuing down and we take sells. Totally possible. This is sketchy. Whenever price moves like this, full 1 minute, you can see full 1 minute retrace, full 1 minute retrace, full 1 minute possible retrace, but we don't know. Sometimes random volume comes in, so it's not an edge, but it's a risk. See the difference? It's not an edge, it's a risk. Do you have a YouTube channel for Pip Labs or plan for one? Yeah, we plan for one. We're gonna start. We have a whole new features coming out in a couple of maybe like 2 months, I would say. So we're waiting for all of that to be done. We have so many features coming right now. The platform is gonna have a whole new upgrade. It's gonna have a lot of tools that I've always wanted and I've been testing for now 3 years. 3 years I've been testing. I can actually show you some of the tests, but I don't know if I... Actually, last time I leaked, when I made... Yeah, I won't leak actually. But what I can do is I can take a screenshot of something that has been being tested for 2 years now. I have something called a Sharpe validator, and this has been testing different scenarios that's been happening in the market and collecting data on something to make us a model that is going to be extremely powerful for every strategy, not only my strategy, for general market. Oh, wow. Someone has copied us already, huh? Wow. That's insane.
They have ICT stuff.
Yeah, they just taken our name and our logo. Fair enough. Yeah, man, a lot of people have been copying us recently. If you go to all the backtesting softwares, you'll see prop firms have become a standard. Right? Prop firms have become a standard. Remember, Prop Firm Simulator was my idea. I'm the one who's created the prop firm idea, man. But everyone, now it's become a standard in the industry. So the one thing, if anyone copies you in life, guys, just remember that you'll always be one step ahead. So we have super exciting stuff coming, but unfortunately I can't leak it because every time I do that, people should have got a patent. We have it. We have it. We have a patent. So if you would like to donate money so that we can execute on our patent, I'm open, man. We need $55,000. So if you can pay me $55,000, it would be great. Then we can open the lawsuit, but fuck it, man. No, you give it to me. You give it to me, bro. All right, so we're seeing 5-minute create structure, 15-minute candle close bullish above here. So I would say the goal for us right now is maybe to try get back above that 4-hour daily support, or if we close very sneaky, we can try trade to it. 1 hour is still a bit sketchy with the structure below, but we can actually use it, you know. See what's happened. DAX is trying to get above NASDAQ. What is NASDAQ trying to do? NASDAQ trying to get above as well. Damn, man. Man's eating well here. But let's see. Could be exciting day here. Could be exciting day if we start to move. And we'll see what happens. Appreciate everyone showing up to stream. Pleasure to have you guys on stream. Make sure that you leave a subscribe. We stream Monday to Friday. Show up. If you're interested to see my strategy in action, I'm one of the only live streamers who has a proven track record since 2023 of all trades taken in this 1 hour that we stream every day here. So very nice thing to have. This is my public journal. You guys are welcome to have a look through it. I don't know. Right, while we wait for this fight, I just need to go to the toilet. I'll be back. I know Naz is breaking out, but it's not giving us range, right? What are we going to do? We're going to take a buy right at this high here, straight into this resistance. I don't know, you know. 50-minute candle close below. 30-minute candle. I just think it's a highly risky setup here. Possible, but highly risky. The minute we lose this support, it's game over. But depends. Do we want to play high risk today? We could play high risk today. Yeah, let's just see. Let's just see. I'll be back in 1 minute. Not 1 minute. We'll see. BRB. All right, we're back. We want the fish dance. We need the market to give us a win, and then we can do the big fish, little fish cardboard box. Lobster dance, we're going to call it. Not fish dance, lobster dance. Yeah, let's change it, guys. Let's call it big lobster, small lobster, cardboard box. That's it. Big lobster, small lobster, cardboard box. That's the dance. All right, 5-minute candle closing bullish here. Below that daily. That's very interesting, huh? Wonder how we can execute on this. You missed it, bro. What did I miss, brother? What did I miss? What did I miss? DAX close above here. No bottom wick here. Maybe on broker there is bottom wick. Let's have a look at DAX. Do we have bottom wick on DAX? No, not yet. I think we need a bottom wick here. I think it's valid, but I need a bottom wick. But I don't like DAX, so I'm observing DAX these days. I actually replaced DAX kind of with silver. Been liking how silver moving. If you're saying I missed NASDAQ, no, I didn't miss NASDAQ because there was no valid setup that follows my rules that gives me an edge to win in this market. I trade off rules that give me an edge to win in this market. Everything apart from that is randomness, and that's how I view the market. You know, that's how I view the market, is everything else is just randomness, and I'm not interested in randomness. Is volume profile trading has a bigger hand than your strategy, or depends? I saw mostly professionals use it. It depends, man. You have to remember the people who use volume profile also have a lot of experience and skill in the market, and they use it as a form of support and resistance to themselves. So they draw lines based on volume profile, and that's their edge there. Doesn't mean that they have a better or worse edge, right? They still have the extreme amount of experience that trumps all, right? They can use the information to their advantage for sure. You know? But not everyone has access. If you're trading Forex, you won't have access to order flow and to volume profile. If you can't trade with price action, you won't be able to trade with order flow and what's it called? Volume profile. You're not checking GJ today due to news? I haven't traded GJ in ages, my friend. I haven't traded GJ in ages. I just found lack of power in this pair. It's always moving weird times. Like, this is what the news did today, so it's already messed it up. But with this new person in power, maybe we could see some nice movements come back in GJ, but not just yet. What platform do you use, TradingView or Trading Pro? For my analysis, I use TradingView. To execute on trades, I use Vantage Markets as my CFD brokers. As if I'm on futures, then I actually trade futures on prop firms. It's been a while since I got back. Yeah, man. I'm trading mainly gold. GJ, if it comes back, if GJ is as good as it was, then I'll trade it again for sure. NAS buys. Problem is, where do we buy to, right? We need that retracement, then we can buy off the retracement. Kind of what gold is doing, right? Gold is doing what I wanted to see. I saw the retracement, now we tap a target. If we get above this, then we can go for buys. What cars do you have? Any supercar? Yeah, I have a supercar. Can you suggest a good pair to trade on Asian session? Probably these days gold, man. Gold is amazing in Asian session, in my opinion. Alden Dax, nice one, bro. So yeah, if we get a close above here, should be good. Asian session in Dubai will be from 4 a.m. Yeah, but you have to trade Asian session from about 3 a.m. Yeah, 2:30, 3 a.m. till about 6 a.m. You have to be up that whole time. You have to be up that whole time because that's when Asian moves. Like, let's have a look today at Asians moves. So we had the first move come here. This one was at 4:30 a.m. And then the next move we had was here, which was at 7:15 a.m. So Asian is quite a long session because it really can even move from market open is fine, huh? Like 15 minutes after market open, I've seen moves. So unfortunately, it's a little bit of a longer session. It's not unfortunately, but it is a longer session. It's tough for Dubai time. It is a bit tough for Dubai time. Yeah, it's the only session I miss. I have woken up for Asian before. It's not sustainable though. Do you recommend any book? I've been reading Technical Analysis of Financial Market by John. I mean, there's some basic books that can help you, yeah. I'd say just buy, if you're gonna spend money, then just spend a month in a group that's gonna get you to where you wanna be. You know? going to have all the information and you make a decision end of that month. Honestly, if I'm being honest, it's going to be better than a book. I think books are better for psychology rather than... I can confidently say for strategy, like well-known books, they're not really the best. For psychology, yeah, there's some good ones, you know. I mean, the popular ones which you can get for free is like Trading in the Zone. I think Best Loser Wins you can find these days for free. When taking a trade based on a 15 like US 30 DAX, do you ignore the 5-minute levels and just use the 15, or do they still apply? They still apply, depends on my stop loss. Aggressive stop loss, they apply. Safe 15-minute stop loss, you can just, you know, focus on what you want to trade. All right, 2 minutes for this 5-minute candle to close. We could have a breakout here. Can see if we can take this gold breakout. We need a pretty big move to continue to get a 1-to-1, which is the only problem. No 1 minute structure, but it's okay. We have 2 minutes, so we can allow price in the next 2 minutes to do some business. 1 hour is closing bullish here. Very nice. 30-minute candle closing bullish. 15 did close bearish, but we are holding above the high. So if this is going to be a counter trend shot, this is going to be the only shot, I feel. So let's see some 1 minute structure form, which is happening now. And then we need to see it get back above this zone and close above this zone. Volatile at the moment. We like volatility, right? But volatility has to allow you to control emotion, because volatility causes emotional spike. It did for me, right? Like, I like to trade in volatility because it gives us good move, but when I trade volatile markets, sometimes like a move you've been planning all day just comes in one candle and you don't get an entry. So that can be frustrating. You know, that definitely can be frustrating, but it doesn't, like, if you get used to it, it's okay. All right, 36 seconds for this 5 to close. If we can chill around here, we could run this. Don't like the stop though. It's a little bit big, but if we just continue up today, it could be an option. We could put aggressive stop loss back in the range. I am thinking about that if we can get a good bottom wick next candle. I might try the aggressive stop. Might punish me, but it could be an option here. So let's see. Probably if we can get a somewhat of a bottom wick, could run the aggressive stop back in the range here. About 42 pips. Oh wow, last second pushing bullish like that. That's annoying. But great bottom wick. I do like that bottom wick. That's actually a good bottom wick there. Let's see how we can enter. I'm kind of contemplating. To do something a little crazy and enter half on the retest, then enter the rest above. But we need to retest something, at least the 1 minute here. Better this line here. Breaking this high is a trade, but extremely aggressive trade, huh? Very aggressive trade. But it might be the only option for today. Might have to do it. Let's see. What it's doing now is perfect. What it's doing now is perfect. Making structure, all of that good stuff. Also, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Join us for all the streams, guys. Monday to Friday. Leave a like, all that bullshit. It's not bullshit, but you know what it's like. All right, this is good, man. We needed to go grab liquidity. If we're going to have another move back up, it needs to go grab liquidity. So the more it can retest here, the better. All that sum. Yeah, what we got? 492, 116 likes. Yeah, so we have what? 300 bots? Don't be a bot. NASDAQ playing games. What was this based on? 1 hour? Yeah, that's 1 hour time frame. Nice one, bro. All right, nice. This is what we wanted to see happen, right? Liquidity grab first. Keep us safe. Are you waiting for buy or sell? Probably a buy at this point until proven otherwise. I want to go check what NAS is doing now. NAS is still flying, right? So NAS is still pushing heavy. So gold has a chance to push heavy. It's going to follow with it. Yeah, this 5-minute resistance is problems. All of this area here, you know, buying like that. It's rough. Bearish bias, you know, a lot of things to go wrong. You're better off just sending this one, breaking the high here. DAX was interesting. Also, we're looking at it, but I didn't have bottom wick. If you did, then yeah, it was valid. Like I said, I'm just watching it till it comes consistent again, because it does that. It gives a nice move and then nothing happens. It's stuck, you know, it starts losing 5-6 trades in a row. So I want to see at least 2 to 3 times of setups just playing out. So let's see if gold gives us this buy, because we have a 15-minute candle closing in about 5 minutes. We could get a nice 15-minute candle close. Let's see how that forms. We are also able to still enter on the original idea as well, if it wants to flip. What about at the open after it made a bottom wick? It's too late. Yeah, you could buy the high and then break even at that point there. It's fine. It's very close, but you could do that. See what happens. Run current candle stop. That is somewhat of an option, but then you might as well have just taken this one if it gave. That's the one I would have wanted to be in. Yeah, exactly. That's why. But that's what I would have wanted to be in, if that makes sense. Can you please review this trade, Harry? Yeah, after stream, let me know. That's the time for that. Be careful, gold could reverse down. If it does, then I'll be happy to sell it. You know, I'm not scared to sell gold. It just needs to give me the setup to do so. If not, if it still keeps holding bullish, then I guess I'll have to go for buys. This is an interesting scenario here. 5-minute no bottom wick here. Same thing on broker. Very interesting scenario, to be honest. 2 minutes for the 5 to close here, which will also be 15-minute candle close. Wow. I think gold is going to be annoying today. I feel gold is going to be annoying today and just be that tight in between that, yeah, that doesn't give us a setup and just pushes now. I feel, yeah. So this happens sometimes in the market, right? The market gets a little bit annoying and just does this bullshit where it's very close to a setup, meaning 5 minutes gives you no confirmation, 15 minutes about to close, but then it just pushes without. This happens a few times and it can feel like a frustrating thing, but it's just a normal tendency of the market, you know? Because what we get here, we get 1 minute then just failed, so we can't run tight stop loss here. And then now we just get this random candle come through. And look, I've seen times before where this candle comes through and you're like sitting there telling yourself, oh, I wish I entered. Trust me, next 1 minute, 30 seconds, this thing's on the floor. And you're like, what? I should have waited for close. So many times. You know? So many times I've seen that. So we have to kind of wait for that. Close. Hit them likes, fellas. He doesn't have to go live. Yeah, I would appreciate it. Let's see, though. Let's see. IC has bottom wick. Then you can probably try it. I have on both. Here, no bottom wick. I have no bottom wick on Vantage as well. Maybe nipple. No. Nothing. How can I create a bottom wick here? It's already all the way up there. Guys, you can take it. I'm not stopping you guys, huh? If you have a plan, execute on your plan. You don't have to listen to me. That's my point. Take what you guys want to take. Huh? Do you trade silver? Yeah. Just started. Let's check this out. This is on GJ, buys from the bottom of the range. Yeah, that's valid. A mixed bias for sure. Liquidity grab, buys from bottom range. You did get the change of structure. Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. Not bad. GJ treating you well, which is nice to see. If I start trading her, you're going to lose every single trade. Is silver trying to set up? Let's have a look. No, not really. This is a FOMO trade. Full FOMO trade. Like, look at the difference. At least I have 15-minute structure here. I have 5-minute structure. Look at the difference on gold compared to NAS. Like, if I send gold at the highs here, I'm already in my head thinking it's risky. But look at the amount of 5-minute structure I have before I take the trade. So even if I send gold here at the highs and say, okay, if we get a 1-minute candle close above here, I can take a buy. Look at the structure I have on the 5-minute beforehand. It's not been a straight push on 5. It's created higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Guys, I'm going to be looking for an entry here on gold here. But I'm going to be trading with the guys in the exclusive group now. I'm going to shut down YouTube stream. If you want to join us in the exclusive group, I'll send you the link. If you're looking to pass a challenge or actually make a change in your trading, come join us. Definitely going to help you out in your trading. Very, very cheap. Less than $2 a day. And something that's actually going to, you know, going to progress you in trading. I hate to shill it. I'm not a guy who shills. If you get to know me, you know I'm a very guy who believes in legit, transparent trading. And the only reason I talk about it is because you guys need to improve. So if you do want to be part of that, I will be keeping spots open until probably next week. And then I'll put it on waitlist until maybe mid next month. So you'll have to apply on waitlist. And yeah, man, we will catch up from then. So make an effort. I'll see you in there. Tell us about US session trading. Been going great, man. You should see, I've been posting the trades we've been taking in the Telegram, the free Telegram. So yeah, we've been enjoying New York session. We traded daily. It's been, I would say, consistent. Nothing crazy, right? Nothing crazy in terms of wow, but it's been consistent. Good trades coming and just normal stuff. So always grateful for that. Show up tomorrow's stream. Let's see if we can get some nice trades on stream tomorrow. But yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on gold for probably the next 20 minutes and see if there's an entry option. And if there's an entry option today on gold, then I'm gonna take it. So I'll catch you guys there if you join. And if not, I'll see you on tomorrow's stream. Much love and take care, and hopefully catch you guys very, very soon. All right, much love and peace. See you guys.